this one is the last one. Yeah, so we have done the almost all of those logos in perspective of mascot. Yeah, we were. Others one is actually not individual. They were included in the mascot one, right? So उसको वही कॉर्नर पे लगा सकते हो आप. It's Illustrator. Go for Illustrator. Yeah, right? You have not. Hmm. Yeah. How was your exam though? Okay. They were throwing new. Mhm. Okay. Abhyas. Ah. Hmm. Time. Okay. Mm. Re-अभ्यास लेंगे. What is that? हाँ. उसका री अभ्यास. Oh God. अब री 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 कर करेंगे. करेंगे. और क्या. ओके. आएगा ही आएगा. सही बात है. और उसमें कुछ है भी नहीं. ओके. हाँ. हाँ. तो उससे ज़्यादा कोई प्रेशर नहीं कर सकते. ओके. दैट्स गुड. ओके. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट. ओके. Yeah, so you can talk. That is also a, I should say, like it's a benefit for your side also. Other might not be having that privilege to speak to your VP like that, or it is that is how you are. Okay. Accounts. Okay. Like that. Okay, that's a mutual understanding you might have. So what he said. Okay. That's good. Okay, so we'll go for some dynamic logo designs, right? Mm. Yeah, please do that. Hmm. Yeah, now you got all that. Yeah, this one. M1, which one? Mm-hmm. This one. Okay. Yeah, it's right. Okay, it might be. Probably it will be. So as you can see, the designs itself has a lot of colors, and also they has an illusion in them. We have already talked about the illusion in the dynamic logos. Yeah. Which one? Yeah. It's not exactly a dynamic logo, but Right, they have that multiple layer, but they are actually not on similar layer. They have just got the drop shadow in them, and one object is actually overlapping the other. That is an actual design. It's more of a letter mark logo, which because it's an N and there is no other hidden meaning inside of it. We do not have any type of different imagery is not being created in this. That's why it is not a dynamic logo, it's a letter mark logo. If there is a hidden meaning inside of any logo, let's just say if it is a D, but it has an I as well, right? It's a D and also has an I in them. So that's why it's a dynamic logo, because it has some meaning inside of it, hidden inside of it. So in order to create something like that in here, we have already seen these type of right designs which has an illusion. They are also a dynamic logo. These ones are also dynamic logo. Okay, let's discuss. Hmm. Right, we have already covered up the logos, and we had created some things are left, which is I will show you in here, and also we'll discuss about color theory. I'll tell you what type of color theories are there. Okay, but before that, there's one more thing which is kind of not done, which is pictorial logo. Right, so pictorial logo is basically pictures, and yeah, these are the symbols like Twitter. That is a pictorial logo, right? So if we are going for a pictorial logo, that's why this tool is used quite a lot in the logo designs, because it creates such a nice silhouettes. So only silhouettes needs to be created in a pictorial logo. Right, and complex is the one, combination is the one which is there. Let me just re-announce that. We'll have a logo designs. Mascot will be the sixth one. Okay. Emblem is the one which we left, right? And combination done and dynamic done. Right. Right. Mascot done, abstract. Symbol is the pictorial mark and the emblem one, right? So we'll do it today, and we're gonna discuss something on one more things. Okay, now so we have seen about the pictorial ones, right? We know that only the picture and a silhouette is has to be there. Silhouettes, silhouettes meaning it's kind of a stamp, right? So right, like Apple, right? Apple has a silhouette. Exactly, it doesn't has any volume inside of it. It only has a outline, and that outline actually fills with a color. So that is called a pictorial logo. It doesn't. If we talk about McDonald's is not a pictorial logo. If they had, huh? Right, it's a letter mark logo, but they had included over here, which is not a pictorial because there is no picture in it. Right, of different type of logos. This could be a pictorial logo. This could also be a pictorial logo. Which one? No, no, no. It's not about stroke. We are talking about the silhouette. It could be only a design, and it could only have a fill also. This might be a fill, and then above it they had right above it they had created another design, right? It seems that it has a stroke, but it does not have strokes. So that is a pictorial. This one also a pictorial. This one, this one is also a pictorial. This one is also, no, no, no. Emblem is a logo which has text and shape inside of it. Right. Starbucks is emblem. Currently, which they have showing over here, there is no text and neither there is a shape involved. That's why we are calling it as a pictorial. Right. So it always has a Starbucks inside of it, and there they also mention some of the sins and right these things. That is the emblem logo, right? So not since is not compulsory, but emblem itself tells the story that this company has a tendency has a earlier 100 years old. Okay, that that is also happen. So what we'll do, let's start with our drawing. When we were to create um, two types of two type of logo, one is emblem and one is pictorial. So we'll create first pictorial and then we'll turn it into an emblem one, right? So for that we'll have a I should say we'll have we can take example of Twitter. We can create that. It's kind of we can create the Olympics one also. They are not that much hard because we can just select all the shapes and give it a, and then push shift M and then delete all the other ones which you wanted to remove. Huh, we can create the circles itself. Colors, that's also we can do, right? So we'll do what? We'll go for one simple trick, and that is vector, which vector male, right? We'll go for a male vector, and this person actually will see something like this. We have a detailed imagery over here, and I'm going to take, right, we can just copy this similar image and we can drop it inside of Illustrator. Then what we'll do, we have a PNG itself, but this is a raster one, right? It's a pixelate. So if we wanted to turn into a vector design object, so without doing that, you can directly select and go to image trace. Click on this one and it will give you something like this. Now as you can see, the image is actually turned into a vector shape. Now it has no design. So you need to remove these. To remove that, you need to go to edit, sorry, object and expand. Now you can expand it. Now just double click, select the areas and delete, right? Select them, or probably these are the areas that needs to be, right? We'll just have to select. I'll just press A. I had done only A, and then I selected the individual layer, right? And I'll double click over it, and then I deleted that, probably like this. So the more it actually connects, it will delete the whole thing. The circle, yeah, we can put it aside, and then we'll have this. let's just say if we have our we are having a bulb for a logo, right? So we'll take this design and we'll create a bulb, and it could seems like it's an idea from above one. We have created this one, Superman's badge, right? We can take this. Have to select individual. We can copy it, double click it, right? We'll paste and we'll make it a group, and then we'll push it further. Right, it's already there, but it was right, because this is a black color. Exactly. That's why I taken this, and we can add a simple line to it for the ground. A square or a circle. That is the only thing we will need. Right. We'll cage the man, and also we'll do some just pictorial word mark and everything. Exactly. Write that name. That is cage. That is the exactly right. That is the only thing. It's very simple. That's why um, inside everything should be inside. You just have to remember that where do you want to create all that, right? So if we have something like this, some isco will fix it, right? Okay. Product is also outside of the boundary. We can give it till here, or maybe outside. Yeah. We can go and more creative than the complete one. So that is also a way to see, and then we'll click on here and we can right. But there is an issue with the path. Why? Because currently what the type tool which we are using is a smart tool, and whenever we select any shape, it actually reacts according to it. So as you can see, this currently it shows me a path for or a circle, right? The issue with this icon, it says that it will actually fill this shape with the text. So whenever I click on this, you will see that text is being filled by I mean the shape is filled by text. So it uses it as a area book, right? So that might would work. But if you wanted it to be on the path of this, then you need to click and select, and there is a type on path too. This will actually allow us to type on path. There is an area type tool, there is a vertical type tool. Area is the one which you had seen इनसाइड वाला वो एरिया था, है ना? बाकी वाला जो है वर्टिकल वाला जो है वो एग्जैक्टली exactly, ऐसे वाला सीधे जाएगा, हॉरिजॉन्टल जो है वो लेटे में जाए। कॉलम वाइज जाएगा, राइट। टच टाइप क्या करता है, जब आप लिखते हो कोई चीज़ तो आप एक टेक्स्ट को ऊपर या नीचे करना चाहते हो तो उसको शिफ्ट कर सकते हो, शिफ्ट करने के लिए रहता है, राइट। Right, we can do that. We can do that by here. I'll just give it a name first and we'll increase more. Right, we need to increase. We can click on this one and then we can actually, oops, first let me, yeah, we can actually inside, right? So not there. Oops. For the inside, you need to select the type. It will actually show you the A mark. That mark I'll have to see, which is yeah, this is how you put it inside. Where? On the head, right? We can use this one also. So for this, if we wanted to go for, right, let me just remove that one. Oops. But the whole design will actually, Control Shift V, we can actually increase this design and then we can click on that and we'll be needing a type tool. Well, right, right. Which one you have used? Strong. Okay, from the Da font. Okay, you've taken that strong one. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's why. Yeah, you can. This one, right? Oh yeah, a strong box. Okay, great. Correct, correct, correct. Mm-hmm. Wood. Okay. Okay, let me just. Which one? This one, no? Which one? That spirit. Acha, death spirit. This one? Oh, uh, rough furniture. Okay, okay. This is the. Oh, right. Okay, all the follicles are coming out of that. Any natural products. Okay, we can use that. Hmm? Nice look. Man, right? The spine and everything. Yeah, it has a nice curve on that. I just pasted another one because whenever you put your text over a path, it will actually hide the, yeah, remove the one. It actually hides the shape. So if you went for this, you can select and again click on this one. So then you will see that your path actually reacts over it, right? So that's why I think it's a good choice to put something over here, right? Accordingly, and then you can apply the color theory. Now, how does the color theory works? First of all, you have already learned about the some of the color theories which Tushar has already taught you. So let's talk about the basic. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, if you wanted to convert that, you need to. There's the mode. Let me click on this one. I'll go by edit, artboard options. Okay, all right. There might be which one? Line and sketch art. These are basically options in the. Um, these are tools basically for use to do live paints type of thing. Text wrap is where you use a text which actually behaves. You convert the image into a text wrap so that whenever you type any text, it will react with the image placing. So just like a newspaper, you have seen that there might be and text is also wrapping around the image. That is called a text wrap, right? So the CMYK color for where edit colors, and because it might be already in RGB mode, right? So probably it will be. Let's go edit colors. We'll have to select the artwork. Yeah, you have to select the particular artwork and then you have to RGB. So that's why it's grayed out. Edit colors, yeah, from the menu bar go to edit colors and then you can find the conversion. Now let's talk about the color theory. We are going to learn about the basically based on the RGB thing and not the CMYK, because CMYK itself is a mode. So what whenever you create something in RGB, you can automatically convert it to CMYK. For the printing, it will automatically convert it. So it doesn't matter whatever color you use. Yeah, so we're going to learn all that, but with I'm just gonna give you a basic foundation for the colors. So how do you choose color inside of Illustrator, right? So first, there are three colors, and we're gonna talk about the color mixing of how do you mix color inside of Illustrator. So we have. You might have already done that earlier, which you had told me that whenever you swap the numbers, right? So as you have seen, this is HSB. This is hue. Hue is the true color which you can see right over here. These are the value of hue, and this represents a color wheel. That's why it's in degree format, right? Saturation is the exposure of that color. that how much red we are going to pour in this particular vessel. If we are going to take color out of that, it will already only remain as 0 for a saturation, right? Brightness is the white value of the color, how bright it is, right? So it's in percentage value. Now red, green, blue, these are actually the color mixer. So here you will see red, which is in 255. If I join this one and I'll take this 3, simply we can change, if we just copy this one to blue and put a 0 here, right? That is your complementary theory, right? This is a very primary color theory, and then we're gonna discuss how to achieve the newer ones, right? So the singular one will actually give you 255, and then the green one will also has to be okay. Now we have three colors. Then how do you mix them? When you go to red 255, green 0, and blue 255, it will give you a magenta 255, right? Will you, when you combine these two, then when you combine blue, these two, right, it's 255, 255, this will be 0 and this will be 255, cyan, right? That's a cyan color. And currently we are already in a printing mode type of thing, because here we can see that the colors which we are using is in already in RGB mode, so that's why we are having the colors somewhat similar. Now these two you cannot mix them with here, because as you can see these are 3 point and these are actually 4 colors, right? Combination of two, combination of two, so you can use this one 100% for cyan, 100% for magenta, and yellow will be 0, so you will get something like this, and so on. You can get on multiple colors along with it, right? So these are the way you mix the colors. Now the theories, how does basically theory works? If we talk about theories, there are a lot of theories, and some of them might be Tushar has already told you. One is monochrome. Monochrome, what is the? No, that is monochrome. That the opposite one will be complementary. No, that is also, that's a split complementary. Huh? But okay, okay. Monochrome is actually single color along with black and white, right? It will be black and then will be a white. Why black and white? So that you can use mix all of them in order to get the 0 to 255 shades. So you can use a monochrome in order to create any sort of design. The purpose of monochrome is to provide depth to your particular design. Depth की ज़रूरत होती है. Complementary, I am sure he had told you. Hmm? Yeah, you have already given that example also. The warm tone and the color tone theory. You just have to, or the opposite one. You just have to select the opposite one. The main purpose of complementary theory will be, what might be the main purpose? Right. The main purpose will be, the exact terminology will be contrast. if you wanted to provide a contrast in your artwork, which we had earlier provide in lot of examples. In this one is also, this one you have used the complementary, because green is the exact opposite of red. How do you figure it out? Which you have seen, I by the color wheel, which he had already told you about it, right? Red has a, through this one, right? So this one, you can use any of that circle, because we are not going to use the circle inside of it. We just have to understand, or you might have already been known about. Mhm. Okay, which one? Gold Rush. Gold Rush is actually comprises three of the crystal blue, Pacifics, and sapphire. Right. So what are these basically? The- No, no, no. You can use any of the one. Now, how this theory actually works? Let me tell you about the complementary. You have earlier shown this one, right? Which you have been told taught by Tushar, that this color, the green color, was actually 100% complementary of this, right? And as you have seen in this multiple color, you can see that Gold Rush is actually having a three color as a contrast, right? Why these three colors are there? These are actually 100% complementary will be Pacific. This is the 100% complementary. That means it will provide 100% contrast in it. 100% contrast. And crystal blue and sapphire are the split complementary. That means they will provide you 90 or 80% of contrast along with gold. How do you get the color tone? You can actually, in order, no, that is not an option in the Illustrator. You need to know about the hexadecimal code. So if you have a selection of gallery, generally graphic designers have those galleries, so you can go to hexa decimal code of a color, which you have in your point, right, on it. Coloring, you can use that, right? So if there is a hexadecimal code of Gold Rush, this is the, right. So you just have to select and copy, just double click and paste it over here, right? You will put and put. You don't need to worry about it, right? So the complementary will be, then you can take out that color or swap this to with this, right? Red and blue. So this will be 21216, and yeah, you will get, right. Hmm. We have selected this one, right? So we just have to put the values. We'll see. It's 216 1 by 7. Yeah, I know, I know. We'll just do what? We'll click and select this, the color exactly over here, and then we'll click and go to 216 and 53 sapphire, right? So the complementary theory works like that, and you can give any other contrasting color itself. If we talk about um, color wheel, you can also use these ones and also can use these ones also. But these are going to provide you 50% or 60% of contrast. The color difference is this. But if we go over here or either here, now they will actually, if the color will be 30 or 40 or below 50% of contrast, then it will provide you blending colors. Then the color will be blended. So for that, then different color theory is actually right. Split, no, split is the one where you provide 80 or 90% of contrast, left or right of the 100% complementary color. But this one is the blending theory. The blending theory will actually go for analogous and anti-analogous color theory. Now, what is analogous and anti-analogous color theory? This means whenever you wanted to create something with blending colors. So, if you have a gold rush and you wanted to create something between emerald, right? So, let's just say if I have a gold rush color, right, and I am creating a design which has a point A and point B, and I wanted my design to have this color to be uh, emerald, right? So we'll do an hexadecimal for emerald. You just have to type in and we'll get the right. You just have to select, go here. Is that an, I don't know. I'll have to see. This an emerald greens color hai ye, right? I don't know. Let me see which one. Yeah, it's kind of emerald green is also. Okay, we it was Pacific was which was over here. I wanted this one, the emerald, right? Okay, emerald English or emerald blue? English, right? Or blue, emerald blue. This one, this one. Let's see. We'll take it and this one's kind of a similar one. Okay, let's take this one for our theory. Now, if I wanted to create something between it, right? I have a background for this color and a foreground for this color, and I wanted something in between, as in color theory. No, I do not use the blend tool. We can use the blend tool, but if I in a designing perspective, then we have to use a color theory where you can actually apply tangerine, saffron, canary, lemon, flaxen, sweet lamb, all of these colors in order to reach emerald, right? So if you are going for tangerine as a choice and then you started all these colors in between, then the design will actually be called analogous color, because you are going an you are going at clockwise direction of selecting colors. Not all, but between all these colors you can jump any one, any two, any three, it's up to you, right? Depend on your choice, you can choose any of these, right? So if you go on this direction, then then you will be on you are choosing an analogous direction of blending. And if you wanted you right, this will anti-analogous. That is your simple concept of analogous and anti-analogous colors. By default, your colors will actually uses analogous colors, right? The blending mode chooses analogous color. It doesn't choose the anti-analogous thing. So for that you need to, right, ground, and then we'll choose that, right? Then there was split complementary, which you had already gone for. Copy that, right? So split complementary is also there, and one, two, three, four, five, right? Major, these are the color theories that people actually uses for graphic design. And if you are wanted to explore, you can explore. There are many which fashion designing people are also using. They has their own set of color theories, right? So you can ask, or either you can search it on YouTube as well for the complete thing for the color theory. But these are the basic which actually uses in the graphic design. Mostly they use monochrome, complementary. They use these two colors more over time, and then there is your, this is your complementary also. Why this is complementary? Because it has 100 highest value of contrast in the design. Black and white are the highest value of contrast, so that is why they are complementary. Even though they did not have any warm tone, neither they have any cool tone, right? But they had contrast in it, and a massive contrast in it. So that's why this type of design is actually called a complementary design. Okay, so let's conclude this one, right? We had already covered a lot of logos which you might be getting help for your exam, which the competition. And I hope and I know that you definitely will create something beautiful for that, right? So that's it for today. Bye bye, take care.